It'd be interesting, I mean, we'll never know, but how he felt coming away from that. Like you said, he was due to give evidence tomorrow. It was brought forward a day early. It was expected to be a full day. He only got a couple of hours. Rory, what are the tactics at play here from a legal point of view?
Yeah, it's interesting. A lot has been made of the fact that yesterday Anthony White-Casey for Associated Newspapers was supposed to do opening statements for 2 days, and he only did 2 hours, which pushed Prince Harry into the box a day early. And this is a technique that can be used to try and rattle a witness. And then today, interesting that they only cross-examined Harry for 2 hours. Now, in my experience, if you have a witness on the ropes, you keep going. He was due to be cross-examined for a day, and they took him out. They pulled him early because I think Harry was doing well, actually. Now, I think what a lot of people think about Harry is that he's a playboy and he's not very bright, but actually, he's intelligent, he's articulate, he's genuine, he comes across genuinely, and also he knows these issues inside out. He's lived this case, and that makes, in my experience, for a very compelling witness. And I think that although there were no hammer blows landed by either side today, I think Harry held up well enough that they thought, this is damaging to us. And he said a few things. For example, he said, I feel like they were trying to drive me to drink and drugs to make more press out of me. He talked about the misery inflicted on Meghan and started choking up. This is the kind of emotional stuff that cuts through to the public. And I think maybe there was a tactical decision by Associated's lawyers that this isn't going well, we should pull him out early so he doesn't do any more damage.
Hey there, how are you all doing? I'm hoping you're doing great. So thank you so much for joining me on this episode and a very warm welcome. So the one you just heard is a segment from Sky News, and I really loved it because this lawyer who was on the show laid the facts bare. He explains why Prince Harry was a very compelling witness. And obviously, for those who don't know, this came about because Prince Harry was supposed to give his witness statement starting today, that is on Thursday, but it was pushed to Wednesday. Why? Because the Daily Mail had earlier on stated that their opening statement was going to last 2 days. 2 days, but then they went ahead and gave their opening statement on Tuesday, and it only lasted for 2 hours. Imagine, for only 2 hours after they lied that it was going to last 2 days. Hence, the court was forced to push Prince Harry's witness statement to Wednesday, which was yesterday. And I just know that this obviously wasn't a coincidence. I know this was obviously the Daily Mail's evil plan to try and ambush Prince Harry and his team and maybe corner them or something. But it obviously failed spectacularly. So first, let's go through what this lawyer had to say. So he said that it's interesting that Anthony White, who's the Associated Newspapers lawyer, was supposed to give his opening statements for 2 days, and he only did it for 2 hours, which pushed Prince Harry into the box a day earlier, and this is a technique that can be used to try and rattle a witness. And then he also says today, which was yesterday, it was interesting that they only cross-examined Prince Harry for 2 hours. And he continues saying that in his experience, if you have a witness on the ropes, you keep going. He was due to be cross-examined for a day, and they took him out. They pulled him early because I think Harry was doing well, actually. Now, I think what a lot of people think about Harry is that he's a playboy. Well, let me pause there first. I love the part where he says that they pulled him out early because they knew Prince Harry was doing well. Yes, the Daily Mail thought that they were going to ambush Prince Harry and his team. They thought that Prince Harry was maybe going to mince his words or something like that in that witness box. But then Prince Harry was very brave. Prince Harry stood there. He gave his statements. He didn't mince his words. He spoke his truth, and it obviously shamed the Daily Mail. Some of the things that he said there were very emotional, such as when he said the Daily Mail haunted his wife and have continued to do so. And actually, that was a very emotional statement that even led to Prince Harry's voice cracking. And I'm sure the court was moved by that. And it became very embarrassing for the Daily Mail because maybe they weren't prepared for any of that. They weren't prepared for people to side with Prince Harry, because if you go online right now and see the stories about the court case and all of that, you're going to notice that one of the things that has stood out the most is that statement that Prince Harry made concerning his wife and the way that these people have continually hounded her. And then what also was said is that Prince Harry denied whatever the Daily Mail was trying to push at him, saying that people like Rebecca English, Katie Nicholl, and Charlotte Griffiths were apparently his friends. And Prince Harry denied all of that, saying that no, they weren't his friends, because there's just no way they could be Prince Harry's friends. It doesn't make sense at all. And yeah, let me continue with what the lawyer had to say, which is very interesting. So he says, now, I think that a lot of people think about Prince Harry, what a lot of people think about Harry is that he's a playboy and he's not very bright, but actually he's very intelligent, he's articulate, he's genuine, he comes across genuinely, and also he knows these issues inside out. He lived in this case. He lived this case, and that makes, in my experience, for a very compelling witness. Wow, that is very, very true. And to actually hear it from someone who is a lawyer, someone who can see what Prince Harry was doing, it means a lot, because, yeah, Prince Harry was very articulate. He was very confident and he was very genuine in every statement that he stated in court. That is why people are so moved. That is why you see Prince Harry trending right now, people talking about whatever was happening in court, because what Prince Harry said is true. It is very true, and obviously it is the UK media who've tried to paint this picture of Prince Harry being a playboy, Prince Harry not being very smart, but let's be honest, when you look at all the other members of the royal family and compare them to Prince Harry, you'll obviously see that Harry is the one who is very smart compared to the other royals. He is the bravest one because he is the only one who's had the courage to go against the Daily Mail and all these other tabloids. None of the others have been able to do this, other than they just continue to side with the press. And then he continued to say that, I think Harry held up well enough that they thought this is damaging to us, right? That is why they ended that session immediately, because they saw how Prince Harry was moving the court, Prince Harry was telling the truth, and they just knew that they were obviously losing, so they decided to end that early enough. Well, I'm just glad that people actually seeing what was happening in court. I love that people can read through the Daily Mail and see how they are now shaming themselves. They thought this was going to be a gotcha moment for Prince Harry, ambush him and his team, but Harry came in prepared. And I think what is making this whole thing very easy for Harry and his team, and obviously for all the other claimants, is because they are on the side of the truth, and they usually say that when you're telling the truth, it's much easier for you. That is why the truth is making it so easy for Prince Harry and the other claimants to state their case, while the Daily Mail is literally scrambling to hide all their evil actions, and they're just trying to lie, right? They're trying to pin all of these false statements on Harry and the other claimants, but it's not going to stand. So I'm just loving it all. And then just to finish up, this is what the lawyer said, that Prince Harry talked about the misery inflicted on Meghan and started choking up. This is the kind of emotional stuff that cuts through to the public, and I think maybe there was a tactical decision by associated lawyers that this isn't going well. We should pull him out early so he doesn't do any more damage. Right? They saw how Prince Harry was moving the court. He was being emotional. He was telling the truth. And they were like, nope, cut. We have to stop here because Harry is now winning people. He's winning people over. But this is such a shame for the Daily Mail. Anyway, what do you all think about this? For me, I just love how Prince Harry and the other claimants have handled themselves so far in the case, and I'm so sure they're going to win this. I'm so sure this is going to be a win for them, and it's going to end up in the Daily Mail, obviously paying a lot of money. They're going to pay Prince Harry and the other claimants lots and lots of money, but I have no pity for them. Anyway, I think I've shared enough for now, so let me know your thoughts, then I'll see you on the next episode. And for those who haven't subscribed, please remember to do so. Let's continue growing our channel. Let's hit 1,000 subscribers. I'll really appreciate. So thank you, and you all have a good day. Goodbye.